Hi Best Buds, it's Cathy with Cathy's Garden, and I'm so happy that you've joined me today. Today we're going to make mini flips from scraps. It's a scrap buster. But first let's have our shout out to Julie, Jonah Ark, Yvette, Sherry, Gail, Denise, Bella, Laura, and Jacqueline. I appreciate each and every one of you. I have a piece of scrap here. It's just a cream colored cotton that I have frayed around the edges. This is approximately 3.5 by 2 inches, 3.5 inches by 2 inches. And I have a little piece of this tracing paper, and I have coffee dyed it, and I folded it in half, and I just want to trim this right around, leaving a little bit around the edge, not too much. I'm going to trim it pretty close, like this. And so there are 2 pieces of that here. It's just folded. And then I have got the fabric. Then I'm going to bring in a little piece of net, and I think I'd like to lay that on there as well, and give this a little bit of a trim. So let's trim that. Just like this. Alrighty, so next I have a piece of lace like this. This was just, actually it was gifted to me, but I trimmed it off. I don't know, somehow I think it was sewn on an item like a shirt or something. And then this is just a little scrap piece of lace. So I think that's going to be next, and then I'm going to put this one on top. I do like how that looks. I think that's real pretty. Now, on my examples, I have chosen to sew my examples, but I know not everyone has a sewing machine, so let's go ahead and make this one together using glue. So I have just glued my 2 pieces of tracing paper together. Alrighty, and then I'd like to go ahead and glue my fabric next. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue. Now I'm choosing to use hot glue because it's quick, it's easy, and it's going to dry right away. So that is what I'm going to do here using that type of glue. My net is next. Let's get that down. So this is super easy project, but I really like how it turns out, and it's versatile. I'm going to show you what it looks like using these metal clips right here. And then if you don't have any metal clips, maybe you have some mini clothespins. Maybe you do have that. So if you don't have one, maybe you at least have the other. So, and if you don't have either one of those, you can always use a paper clip. All right, so we've got that. Now next I want to put my little scrap like this on here. So just going to lay this down, the glue, put this right over here like this, and just press it down. Now I'm using a spoon that was gifted to me, so I don't burn my fingers on the hot glue. So there's that. Now next, let's lay this down. There is a right and a wrong. So let's lay this one down just like this. A little bit of glue first. And lay this down just like that. Alrighty, so now I'm going to pick this up and let you look at it. So we've got one layer of lace here. And then we have another layer of lace, and then we have a little bit of net, and then we have some cloth, and then we have 2 sheets of tracing paper. Alrighty, so next what I want to do is I want to bring in some sari silk. Now I have recently purchased quite a bit of sari silk because all I had was cream. And I really like this. I think this is wonderful, and I want to say that this is where I bought it from. She is on Etsy. So let's go ahead and make us a little bow. Now I'm going to make the bow without making a knot, because the knot's going to make it just too bulky. I tried it with the knot and it was just too much. So what I want to do is I want to take my sari silk. This is where it was mended together. I'm just going to trim that, put this into my scrap pile, and I'm going to make one loop. Okay, just like this. And how big is that loop? It's not quite an inch. I'm going to make another loop, and I'm going to try to make it about the same size as my first loop. And then I'm just going to trim, leaving a little bit of a tail. We don't want too big of a bow for this project, all right? So I've got my thread, it's black thread, and I'm going to just wrap it around twice, leaving a little bit of a tail. So I've got two little pieces here for tails. I can pull it tightly. You can always check to see if your loops are the same by pushing them together, and you can see if they come together and they're even, then they're the same size. Okay, that's an easy way of testing. Now I'm just going to make a knot here, and let's see if I can do this on camera. I think I can make a little knot here, hanging onto it, keeping it tight because I want to pull it tight. I'm going to go ahead and knot it, and then I'm actually going to wrap it around a couple more times because I kind of want it to be dark. I like that dark look. And I'm going to just tie a knot once again. So get that in there. Come on, Cathy, you can do it. There we go. And then one more around to make a knot. I'm going to leave the strings because I think they're pretty. I'm going to look at it and say, which side do I think is prettier? Do I like it this way? Or do I like it this way? It really doesn't matter much, but I think I want both of my little ties to be down. I don't want any of them to be up, and I want my streamer to be down in between my two little tails. Okay, so now we look like this. We glue that down. We look just like that. So what I want to do next is I want to glue this onto my little flip here. Now I'm going to actually glue it down right about right here because you're going to need to give yourself enough room to be able to put a clip here or to be able to put a small clothespin. You're just going to have to give yourself a little bit of room, all right? So you could actually put one of the other on there, and then you know exactly how far down you want to place your bow. And I'm going to add my glue. I'm just going to pop it right down here, right in the middle. Alrighty, so now we look like this. Oh, it's so cute. And this comes right off, okay? Now, what I want to do is I want to bring in a little bit of my embroidery thread. And I love this, the way this is fixed up here. I know it's a thing that people do. I bought this at the local thrift store. It was already a whole bag of it, all different colors, all already put on here. And I guess somebody had finished doing that type of craft and they took it to the thrift store, and I was lucky enough to find it. I've just twice this length and I folded it in half. I'm going to do it again on this side. So twice that length, fold it in half, give it a trim. So now we look like this. I'm going to tie a knot kind of in the middle. It doesn't have to be, because if you have different size streamers, that's really pretty too. So you've got a knot in the middle right here, and I'm going to glue that knot right here where the black thread is, so these streamers hang down. So I'm just going to place them, I think I'll put my glue here, it might be easier, and then put my knot right on top of my glue, pull my streamers downward so that they go down when they dry. Now we look like this. And then I'm just going to trim this. And you can see that mine is kind of creased a little, but after a while being in your junk journal and everything, all those creases will come out. So that won't be a problem. Isn't that pretty? Now I have just a little bit of bling, and I want to just attach my bling on here. I think I want it, all my other ones are on the other side, so I think I'm going to add it right there. So I'm just going to add a little bit of bling, a little bit of glue onto my bling and place it right here. Press it down. And then there you have your little cluster. Oh my goodness. These are so cute. Now look, I just put this one on a card, a library type card, inked around. Now you could do this. You could clip it onto a page. You could put it into a belly band or a pocket. I put this one on a larger one. You could do it this way, or you could even clip it on this way if you want. You could clip this whole thing onto a page. You could clip it onto an envelope. You could clip this like this onto a page. I absolutely love this scrap buster. I hope that you have enjoyed this video, and if you have, please give me a thumbs up. I invite you to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in my next video. I'll see you there, guys. Bye now.